Well, folks, the data is in, and so far, this is the highest win rate M.O.D.O.K deck and highest cube M.O.D.O.K deck. And it's a little bit different than the one we showcased before. That was all about crazy fun, hella shenanigans. This one adds a lot of extra consistency, and your M.O.D.O.K creates some big plays by buffing up your Morbius, of course, like we saw before, but you've also got a Mystique in here to sometimes double up on that Morbius effect, which can make that M.O.D.O.K play like plus 20 power on top of his normal 8 power by buffing 2 Morbiuses all at once. You've also got Swarm in here as some great discard fodder. They can also be buffed by Nakia, so sometimes you'll have, 2 to 4 swarms that are 5 power that you can dump on the final turn, and that'll create situations where you have a gigantic apocalypse. You have a Dracula that's going to discard and copy that apocalypse's stats. You might have 20 power worth of swarms, and you might also have an America Chavez all going down in a single turn. It's hard to organize all of that, but various combinations of these insane turn 6 plays are possible with this deck, all thanks to the crazy big universal discard of M.O.D.O.K creating these extra buffs and extra opportunities. So this deck has great win rates, one of the best decks in the game actually right now. It's looking like from a win rate standpoint, as far as I can tell, especially with the nerfs to Silver Surfer and Zabu. I played this for a couple hours, won a ton, gained a bunch of cubes, and I think you'll probably have a lot of success with this deck as well. So enjoy some games showcasing exactly what this deck can do, and good luck on your M.O.D.O.K journey. Okay, Swarm, Wolverine, Dracula, and Sif. So not a lot of great lines in that just yet. We need some of our setups. I think we need a big thing for Sif. We need something to set up like a Morbius. That's fine. We will take that even though it's off curve. We're unlikely to win Asgard, but it's a good place to put it as any, I guess. It's not really off curve, it's just Superflow that's made it off curve, right? Yeah, that's a good a place as any. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't want to go on Superflow, and right is risky, so let's just go to Asgard. Even if we don't win it, we're cool. Might make the opponent nervous if nothing else. So Dracula could go right here. I think that's totally fine. Ooh, Colleen Wing Wolverine is pretty spicy too, actually. So we can hit the swarms that way. So we can just play the Wolverine. Hit the swarms. Next turn we have 5 energy. I will say that the Colleen Wing lines up a little bit better on 5 energy with some of the 3 cost stuff. So maybe we can wait and see if we get like a Nakia or something. Maybe play it a little different. Just get the Dracula down now. I think I still want Dracula to go here, though, don't we? Yeah. So he's not getting big enough to contest Asgard. So they're going for Sacred Timeline. They're going to get a lot of Thanos Stones. I've actually been playing Thanos Stones all morning before this, and I do know sometimes getting all the extra ones in hand is not actually all that useful, right? It can, in fact, feel a little bit clunky. Man, M.O.D.O.K here is kind of legit because I think there's a really good chance we win Asgard and just draw stuff. I guess we know exactly what we're getting, don't we? We're gonna get before on turn 5 we'll draw all 3 of the oh, there's a Mystique. I guess we don't know exactly what we're getting. Wolverine could throw us off a little bit here. Nakia we could try to wait for, but I think this is fine. Let's just draw cards, even though they're not really benefiting from drawing cards themselves. Oh, they're gonna swap Asgard anyway. Okay. All right, well, at least we got the M.O.D.O.K down. We're not gonna get the benefit of the Swarm or the Wolverine here, but we did still get the buffs on the Morbius in this case and set our hands up better for Dracula. So still an important sequence here. Yeah, Mystique we just kind of have to play. Just really does nothing. And then the final turn we're drawing Chavez. Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's literally just has to be dumped out of hand, right? Do we go Sunspot here? We don't really. It kind of doesn't really matter. But it might be nice to contest it. We lose 1 energy, which does technically mean the sunspot would be bigger if I put it here. I mean, we're very confident the next turn we're playing a Chavez and discarding an Apocalypse, and we're probably playing the Chavez right. The opponent is not going to have any trouble playing a card mid because they have so many small cards, right? I think we actually put the sunspot left and say, screw Superflow, we're not contesting it, right? We just don't care. Are we going to be big enough to beat Asgard, though? They only need to add 10 power there. I wonder. I mean, not that we have a choice. They need to add 11 power there. Oh, no, we're going to add a 3. So they need to add 13 power left. That's pretty hard for this deck to do without the stones being done. Stones are costing 1 since they haven't played any discounts. I think we'll be fine, right? We're adding 21 here, so we're up 11 here. I mean, that's doable, but again, really challenging. I think we'll be okay. This is usually fine. We're adding a ton of power. Well, not a ton of power left, but enough power left. They're going to have to put at least something mid, which should not be a problem. But you kind of expect, you know, maybe some stones left and right. Maybe they try to ride the sunspot for a couple energy. Maybe it's something like a Khazar and a 1-drop that adds, you know, I think on average adding maybe 6-7 power right is possible, but we're adding, you know, 21 power right. Another Blue Marble. Okay, that's a pretty good add. Space Stone, though, it doesn't do anything. Quench doesn't do anything. Yeah, they did not put the power where I cared about it. That's certainly the case. Well, that's nice. Fist bump, my dude. Hey, same opponent. Okay, so we know that they are a Galactus deck. Or not Galactus, Thanos deck. God. I'm losing my mind. Morbius Mystique here is pretty cool, actually. I like to see that. And man, the Dracula on curve too. The problem here is the M.O.D.O.K is going to be tiny. The M.O.D.O.K is going to have nothing to discard hardly. Just a couple cards, which, oh, Swarm is one of the best rolls for it though. Honestly, that's good news. All right. APOC top deck would be the real dream here, I guess, right? We want to hit that APOC, baby. Bifrost again. Oh, we actually hit the APOC. The problem here is Bifrost is going to push all of our cards into the right location, and there's nothing we can do about it because it goes off twice. So this moves from here to here to here. I mean, they're having the same problem, right? Everything they summon is going to be moved to the right. It's not worth passing because I have a line to take, so it's just going to be a big pile of stuff, right? We're going to definitely win the right lane. We just got to win off APOC somehow, somewhere else. Magneto's a big roll for them. Dang. A little lockjaw stuff. We didn't really see that side of it last time. The big 6 stuff. So, I mean, look, we're going to contest that Magneto pretty hard. That's all I know. So let's just move M.O.D.O.K out over here somewhere. It's kind of a 50-50 about which of these we want to try to win, but I think we'll have a good chance to win them. We're gonna be able to dump 15 power with Swarms and Chavez on the final turn, and we'll probably put it in the M.O.D.O.K lane. I think they're going to be tempted to lockjaw now to gather information, so play in the right lane, and then we'll kind of have an idea for how big we need to go right. And hope that we're big enough. That does add a little bit of confusion to that conversation, but hopefully it's still enough. I mean, 12 off APOC is insane. They're up by 5, so that's a 7-point swing. Actually, Dracula adds another 4. I think we do something like this, right? Just enough to make Eternity Range count, like force them to have to play there. If they just rode the Sunspot, they'd go to 24, but I'd be getting 16 plus 4 is 20, and I'd be at 33, so that's no problem. right is absolutely secured. On that note, you know, it's less total power to do it this way, but the Chavez is enough if I wanted to stack a little more power in this location to really make sure I'm winning it. Could really even put the other swarm there and say screw the reality stone. I kind of like this better because we're getting 4 is 17 and 9 is we did though see that blue marvel. I don't know, man. We saw the blue marvel. I'm not sure. Well, if they're playing blue marvel, Sunspot's not getting any bigger, so I don't know. This is a debate. It looks like we're fine. Probably worrying too much about it. We just have 1 billion power, but that's a good conversation to have, right? How big can they get, right? Because see, it's so much overkill. This again is more total power, which is nice, but it's a little overkill. We also could have put the swarm mid and actually tied mid, by the way. Ooh, Colleen Wing's swarm looking really good with Wakandan and Embassy buffs. Man, we're gonna have 4. Ah! All right, hear me out. I think we play the Wolverine, right? Because this swarm hit is just too good to pass up. We'll just play Wing on 3 to make sure. If we get a Sunspot, we can still play it. Morbius would be a terrible draw because I'd have to wait another turn again. Don't draw Morbius. Don't draw Morbius. Mystique is fine. Yeah, this is spicy. So this goes turn 4 Dracula, M.O.D.O.K on 5, of course. Ooh, Cerebro 2, but they got Wakandan Embassy, so that's gonna make their life a lot harder, isn't it? Seems like that's gonna be very tough to deal with. Oh, Wakandan Embassy again, of course, man. What on earth? All right, Wing is... This is gonna be an easier location to contest because Cerebro's there, so let's play Dracula left. Probably even play M.O.D.O.K left. He has 11 power, by the way. How insanely cool is that? I mean, they're gonna have some cards that are double buffed, right? And those will be the ones that are the most interesting, but maybe all the stuff that got buffed wasn't, maybe they just won't play it, but then these are all 4s. They kind of have to play it. I don't know, it doesn't matter, whatever. We can actually even go Lecho Guila if we want, because we know how that's gonna unfold. I kind of like M.O.D.O.K here, though. This is getting 9 power off the Chavez. We're gonna have 4 6-power swarms and a 9-power Chavez. Like, surely this is enough to win, right? Sinister again, though. That's a really good hit, man. They're actually keeping all these at 4. It's like you know, the second one came in to buff a fresh round of 2-power things. It kind of just worked out for them, you know? Dang, dude. And also just play this, by the way, if we want to redirect the stats somewhere a little more surprising. Like, we might give up left because they think the Dracula is going left and say screw left. We're gonna just we're gonna dump elsewhere. They may not really put anything right. They may think they're gonna go for mid and left, in which case we add 15 here. So we go to 28. If they add another 8, that's only 24. I think that's the most likely outcome, right? And then we just try to snipe right. If they hit like a Brood, I'd be horrified if the Brood also went to 4. That would beat us, but outside of a Brood getting buffed exactly once by Wakandan Embassy, I think this is fine. Oh, it's only a 2. Okay, that's fine. That's actually totally fine, yeah. If the Brood had been buffed as well, we might have even been able to track that based on hand size, but I wasn't watching closely enough. Obviously, I wasn't watching closely enough. Yeah, they got kind of wrecked by Wakandan Embassy, but we had a really strong set too. I mean, we didn't have the APOC to make it really nice, but... Okay, Colleen Wing. We got a big old top end hand, but not a great bottom end hand. We need a Swarm for this Colleen Wing. We need a Wolverine for this Colleen Wing. We need a Mystique for this Colleen Wing. I think we're probably actually better off holding, right? I don't think there's any really urgency here to discard one additional card based on this hand, because you have the M.O.D.O.K to kind of reset everything anyway. Let's just wait. We may find a good turn 4 line or turn 5 line instead. Sanctum Sanctorum could be a good play for Wolverine to hit. Otherwise, hard for us to contest. We need to hit Wolverine off M.O.D.O.K and land it there or something. So the Morbius Mystique is good, but it's off curve. I think we're probably still going to stick to the Dracula here. I mean, Dracula on 5 is honestly, you know, you got to play M.O.D.O.K on 5. No. It's got to be Dracula on 4 with the Apocalypse in hand. Too good. Well, I'm not playing the Mr. Fantastic mid in order to contest Sanctum because they're worried it's going to die, of course. That's a logical concern. I get it. My problem is I can't put any of my 0 power cards there either. I'm kind of overstacking left in regards to power. That said, you know, assuming a tie happens on Sanctum Sanctorum, that's okay. It's going to be just about making one powerful spot anyway. Oh, the Wolverine's beautiful. Oh, if Wolverine hits Sanctum, we're so happy. If he hits Warrior Falls, honestly, we're happy as well. The only thing we're not happy about is if he hits... we just don't want him to hit Sacred Timeline. Then I have to play a Chavez mid, probably, which isn't bad. I could maybe play the Apocalypse mid just to be safe, because he's more likely to win mid, of course. That's probably better, isn't it? Well, let's just hope Wolverine goes right, and that solves all our problems. Oh, dang, they had a big play for Sanctum too. Shoot. They might have an Odin to still play for that, which does make... Oh, that's a big roll for us. Okay. So... if they do have an Odin and they go for 7 here, they're going to have 8 power from the Odin there, in which case Chavez wins this. If they don't have an Odin... I'm better off playing the APOC mid because I'm pretty far ahead left anyway. Like if it pulls Chavez, it's less total power though because you want that Apocalypse to get discarded 1 additional time. If we're playing for a tie, okay, they're just gone. Okay. That tracks. Okay, probably not really a useful Sacred Timeline. Also, just really hard for us to contest, but we can put a Sunspot there, I guess. Contest on power if not effect, which is nice. Swarm gets hit by Nakia here. Yeah, we can hold it for the M.O.D.O.K final turn. Yeah, two 5-power swarms is pretty cool. If we could hit a Colleen Wing in the meantime too, that'd be awesome. The turn 5 Colleen into the swarm M.O.D.O.K. Oh, we can't do that. We're playing M.O.D.O.K on 5. Scratch that. Turn 4 Colleen Wing, although we kind of want Dracula, but we can play him on 6. Figure it out. Quinjet makes me think Thanos probably first and foremost. Death's Domain is tough. Let's load up Strange Academy so we can pull power into Death's Domain, hopefully. Yeah, this is fine. Nakia is worth it on these swarms, I think. We got to make sure we have enough space, but with Strange Academy creating space, I think we'll be fine. Cosmo, there's no problem. Ooh. Oh, this is so good. All right. Yeah, we're gonna have the perfect turn 4, turn 5 M.O.D.O.K. I guess we don't have Dracula on 6. We're playing M.O.D.O.K, by the way. I think I said that earlier. Obviously, he's gonna be discarded, but that's fine. We're scaling up the Morbius in this particular case and playing for the Swarm victory instead. So you don't need Dracula here. This reminds me so much of the old school. Oh, M.O.D.O.K is insane too. This reminds me so much of the old school versions of this deck back in like beta. Collector was more power every time you added a card to hand, and there was this kind of Swarm Morbius Collector combo deck where you would just create all these crazy 5-power swarms with Nakia. And back then Nakia would hit your entire hand, not just your 2 leftmost cards, so you could guarantee your swarms getting hit. And you would scale off these crazy Morbius and Collectors, which is kind of what's happening now, but make it like twice as strong, basically. Twice as consistent, basically. And that deck was so much fun. I hit Infinite one season with that deck. Okay, so they really didn't play anything there into Strange Academy. So they didn't get a great chance to contest Death's Domain, right? I think that probably just secures Death's Domain for us. And now we just dump a billion stats, basically. What an insane final turn. I mean, this allows us to contest every spot. We're adding 10 here to pull ahead. Yeah, we're adding... I honestly should have snapped, by the way, on the Calling Wing turn. We had such a notable advantage there. We already had a Cosmo down too, so we knew that wasn't a risk. Good hand potentially. I mean, we like Morbius, we like M.O.D.O.K a lot. Nokia Wolverine's decent too, I guess. Yeah, You as a Baby. I missed their title. I wonder if it's something funny. Mystique's good turn 3, that's for sure. Dang. Dude, this deck really sings when it hits M.O.D.O.K, I gotta tell you. But without an APOC or a Swarm, I don't think you snap or anything. Do 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 do.
Opponent snapped.
Another snap, man. Confidence on people lately. Everybody's so confident. Dracula without an APOC right now is not super spicy. Hey, dude, what? We got the same plays. I got better skins though, to be honest. Deal with it. I needed a top deck APOC for this to feel good. Currently, it does nothing. When the opponent doesn't know that, though, is what's interesting. They have no idea it does nothing. Well, they will eventually, but they don't now. They will. I mean, this still has to be correct. Wolverine, we really don't want to roll left. Does it have to be correct? Let's check that assumption. It does. It's a giant buff to these cards. But I know I'm always drawing Chavez, which is a really terrible final turn. We're better off letting the Chavez just hit the Dracula than being played because we get, you know, more buffs out of it. But what a terrible turn. Dude, they are discarding shockingly similar cards, except they have Swarm. And we rolled left, which is tough. They didn't hit an APOC though, right? So they have 2 Swarms plus presumably a Chavez. If they roll Chavez here, they actually go to 14, which we're gonna go to 14 off the Morbius, so we would tie. They gain 2 on this Morbius, so they tie, but they win. I don't know why I'm counting. We're losing so hard. They have all the same plays, but they're better. We're just losing across the board. They have the exact same card, but 2 Swarms, and we're already behind, so we can't win. Okay. Mystique still feels... Oh, never mind. Mystique is awesome. I was going to say Mystique still feels a little clunky to me, but Mystique is insane. Mystique is the best card in the deck. Confirmed. She's awesome. Your island? Sure. We'll start eating those buffs. Yeah. Why not? Probably still going to put Mystique left. Yeah. Calling Wing Wolverine next turn sets us up for a nice Swarm if we could hit the M.O.D.O.K. Kind of need the M.O.D.O.K right now. Oh, yep. Okay. Deal. And yeah, we'll just go mid here. That's fine. Start gaining these stats ASAP, right? Should be fine. Quinjet Mr. Fantastic makes me think Cerebro 2, but Moon Girl does not make me think Cerebro 2. Moon Girl makes me think hand size stuff. Ongoing hand size stuff, maybe? Full hand stuff. Yeah, you know, we could do this. I'm trying to remember, did we have Swarm in the opener? Ooh. We top decked Morbius. I know we had the Mystique. I know we had I think we had Colleen Wing. Because you could play these Swarms and refill your hand for an even bigger M.O.D.O.K. But I don't want to lose the Swarms if not. I want to be able to play the Swarms on the final turn, because 4 Swarms is really relevant here. I don't know, man. Just for lack of not knowing, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess this up. But there's probably some logic here to to that play if you had the swarm in hand, because it would reload the swarm. You'd still get 2. I don't know though. It may not be worth the trouble. So yeah, let's just get big, right? Let's just get big. Not actually sure it's worth it to add. Well, I guess we can add 2 here, yeah. Just thinking about where the power needs to go. I think they're likely to just play a Devil Dino and some other thing. We're gonna flip this one really hard. If they play a Devil Dino and another thing, if the Devil Dino goes here, we definitely win mid. If they try to flip mid with the Devil Dino, the other thing they're playing is small enough that the swarms here probably win, right? Because we're going to 15. They shouldn't have a 4 power play in Monster Island if they play a Devil Dino. I would expect like a 2 power play typically. Should be fine. Okay. Victory. Confirmed, fine. All right, Hell's Kitchen. We get a nice little bonus sunspot. Then the deck out's really good for us too, though. Make sure we hit swarms and apox and stuff on time. Black Cat gone. That's making me think hella, kind of hella discard. Yeah, this is a good 2, 3, 4. We'll get a Wolverine down. He's technically worse than Sunspot though, isn't he? Because we can discard him with M.O.D.O.K anyway. We can scale off Sunspot, so yeah, never mind. We're gonna wait. Swordmaster was the lowest cost card in hand. Interesting. That is an interesting insight. Morb is very strong because of the M.O.D.O.K, and he's probably stronger than an extra buff on Apocalypse. So let's play the Morb. We get a little power back on the Sunspot too, which never hurts. Quake versus Doc-Ock. Oh god, what are they gonna have? Oh my goodness. Hellcow does nothing, Ghost Rider does nothing, and Arrow does nothing. Well, it does something, but that's fine. Oh my goodness, now they're top decking. All their discard stuff's gone. I mean, theoretically, you know, this is a snap moment, but of course they're gonna retreat if I snap. They might play it out if I don't, so let's wait here for a bit. They're getting the more mid. They're really big mid in that case. We're gonna scale plus 10 here, so we'll be winning right. Let's just get big left, and we should have right and left pretty much secured, I think, in that case. Just because they can't get much bigger. I guess if Wolverine goes left, we get a little wrecked, but not really, because Dracula still adds a ton of power and flexibility for us. Yeah, I mean, this should be totally fine, right? We're just ginormous. This is fixed. There's no way for this deck to buff right. Victory. Left is awesome. Morbius is great. Sif Dracula is really good with Apoc in hand. That's nice. Sir Lancelot. I like that name. That's a good name. Sir Lancelot. Or maybe it's Sir Lancelot. Yeah, that's really risky for us. We have a lot of 0 power stuff for a while. Let's chill on the Morbius here. Go on the left. Probably put Sif right if it feels good. Could put it mid and try to snipe that Sunspot, but let's do it. Let's do it. Uh-oh. That makes me sad. Because now I can't really contest that either. I gotta put Dracula I can't put Dracula oh, I can put Dracula right. That's fine. Yeah, that makes me sad. We lost our discard, and they're gonna destroy. We got greedy. Could have put it left. I mean, the Cosmo could have gone anywhere, so that's not really a huge thought, I guess, but still a little sad. So this hits a pretty big APOC. If they don't have their own M.O.D.O.K, they're gonna be in a world of hurt. I kind of like maybe putting this here and trying to win left, since they don't have anything scaling left currently. We get a big Morbius here, big M.O.D.O.K here. We play Chavez left. We get a Wolverine somewhere, hopefully in a meaningful spot. I think this is better, right? They go in the same spot. Okay. They got an APOC, so that's 12, but no Dracula. Wolverine landing somewhere for 4, right? Okay. Yeah. This is probably solved here. 16 power APOC will swing right for me. They didn't hit a swarm. They have M.O.D.O.K and Chavez. They're gonna play 9 power somewhere. They're not getting an M.O.D.O.K. Well, no, they're gonna play M.O.D.O.K because they don't have a Dracula. So they're gonna play 12 power somewhere. Was it 12? Yeah. So if they play 12 power somewhere and commit their entire turn, I have to swing mid with Chavez. And then I'm ahead in 3 spots on board because this is actually 24 to 20. This is 13 to 8 and 17 to 9. Apocalypse cannot swing all 3. There's no swarm to add in, no Dracula to add in, so we would win, yeah. Okay, we love Sunspot on Lab. That's good. Nakia hitting a swarm is awesome too. We do kind of want to copy it before we Colleen Wing though, or buff it before we Colleen Wing it though. So we might want to pass turn 2 here. If we get a Wolverine, we might play it. Yeah, let's wait. We want to hit this together. It will be sad if Wolverine messes that up somehow, but it's still worth a shot for sure, I think. Wolvie's left is nice. It's gonna make that a really hard spot to contest. Citadel. We hit the Wolverine. Man, that's unfortunate. I guess we still play them together next turn, but I kind of like Dracula. I guess no M.O.D.O.K in hand makes Dracula less interesting than the Swarm line, doesn't it? We'll probably just play Wolverine. Invisible Woman. This looks maybe more like a Hella deck. That's kind of cool. Yeah, unfortunately, of course, Wolverine's great for M.O.D.O.K, but we really want to make sure we hit the Swarm here, because getting 4 copies of 5 power swarms for the final turn is completely insane. Let's not lock up too much power though, because we might want to put some swarms there to contest Sacred Timeline, and I don't think we care about the reload. A 3 power swarm coming down just on its own. What in the world? Now that actually surprised me a lot. No, this is not unfortunately not a Morbius kind of M.O.D.O.K final turn sort of thing. I don't think. I want all these swarms. That seems to be our most consistent way to add some power here. Just Chavez and 4 swarms is a really big final turn. So, man, figuring out where to put all this is really tough. If we assume that this is a M.O.D.O.K and a Hella, that's 14 power here. That's 16 total. You know, this puts me at 19 and 5. We're pretty likely to win that. I guess the question is, are we able to win mid? Are they going to get lucky on a roll with M.O.D.O.K, you know? We're at 18. If they low roll, just get like a single death here, and then, you know, maybe a lot of stuff goes there. I think there's a chance with this. I think there's a chance. Honestly, could put the Chavez mid too. It's hard to know what's right. Hard to know which is better. But I'm willing to see for a few cubes. Let's risk it, man. Could be really scary, but we got some chances to roll well. Apocalypse is actually not a problem. Dracula is a problem though, because that's Apocalypse now for 16. No, they rolled mid too strong. We needed that Dracula and Infinite to go left. Okay, Sacred Timeline. We honestly don't hate getting more of these cards. Particularly if Swarm comes back, that can be pretty powerful if we want to try to stay on curve here. Just go 2, 3, 4. Could do the same with the Wolverine, actually. I don't currently have a 4 or a good way to do that, but I guess a Swarm could do it. I mean, honestly, let's go for it, man. I'm intrigued. Collector sort of implies a combo-y discard deck, I guess. Nakia's great next turn on the Swarm as well, man. Oh my goodness, I love this, dude. If I get a M.O.D.O.K, forget it, man. Forget it. Forget it, M.O.D.O.K, dude. Do you like Dracula better to stay on curve, or Nakia buff and make the Sunspot bigger? I guess the Sunspot won't be bigger in hand though, because the only problem I have with this is that we're not adding power there over time. But if I get M.O.D.O.K off the top, we will want the swarms to be buffed, obviously. But I hate how limited our scaling is. No, I need to be sure we can contest this location, I think. But we really need M.O.D.O.K. Am I getting 4 cards back? Am I gonna not ever draw a M.O.D.O.K because of this thing? Oh my god, am I regretting this decision at all? I'm having some doubts now. I actually think maybe we don't want to do that. 1 in 5 to hit M.O.D.O.K anyway, or 1 in 4 actually, because Chavez. God, that might be enough to be worth it to pass here. We can still maybe do it next turn if they don't. They do. Okay, did they meaningfully benefit from that, I guess, is another question. Oh, rocks. No! I'm a genius. I'm an actual god. So we know we're drawing Chavez next turn, so no problem. The problem is actually winning left now, probably. I don't think we do ever win left. Yeah, I think left is gone, but that's okay. Maybe I think we're very favored in throne room because APOC's going to be 20 power, so we just need to win late Chiguila basically with Chavez and Swarms, which seems pretty likely. Their collector did, I think, come back a little buffed. I think it came back as like a 4. I think that was in their opening hand. So it might just be like 4 by default, not sure. They don't have to worry about rocks because they're getting cards in hand. Obviously, we got to think about like Devil Dino, but Devil Dino never beats Dracula, right? It's just about winning this with Chavez Double Swarm, which, I mean, this is definitely good enough to give it a go. We're adding 15 power here. Already up by 4. They need to add 19. Devil Dino plus... Agent 13's gone. I don't know. I mean, I think this is good enough. Let's try it. Throne room, we always win with APOC, right? It's 40 power. We will be the highest. They're not having anything with 20 more power. So, yeah. Okay. Kind of harrowing there. The rocks made life hard, but that M.O.D.O.K top deck really saved us. He's so clutch. Okay. Bit of a weird hand. A Swarm or a Morbius would really open up this hand. I guess an APOC would feel pretty good for this hand too, but not as good. Swarm in particular really goes to Nidavellir nicely. I mean, if this hit Mystique, I would always play it 100% of the time. If it hits Lady Sif, we're pretty sad, I think. Let's take a 50-50. We have a bad hand. I think it's important to take some rolls. This is a bot as well, so I don't know. That may help or hurt us. I'm not sure yet. But let's hit Mystique. It's easy. Easy Mystique. Told you. Sometimes when you're behind, you need to play to your outs early before you commit any cubes or have big risks on cubes and stuff, right? So this is suddenly very good now because Dracula can totally contest negative zone all on his own. That's awesome. We just need to be able to win left, which they're locking up a lot of power left already with fairly small cards, I would say. Sunspot can scale that. We've got plays. Morbius there next turn's probably totally fine too. I think it'll be really hard for them to beat negative zone when I have a 16 plus power APOC there, because it's just hard to add enough power if you're trying to add multiple cards, and one card's never bigger than Apocalypse, really. Carnage on the Angela. This is definitely a bot. I need to snap this bot, by the way. This bot's not gonna retreat, right? So let's snap the bot. Sunspot here should be fine. Snap the bot, Ian the bot. Locking this up does technically kind of sort of limit me, but we're getting 2 more power off Morbius. And we're just adding, you know, billion power now. They're locking up anyway, they don't care. That's a pretty cool green goblin, but it's still not going to be enough. There's no way. I am at negative 12 though, actually. My god. Well, not really, because this is going to gain. Well, yes, but I'm gaining 16. I mean, okay. There's a few things. They're at negative 3, so I'm down by 9, but I'm adding 16 and 6. I'm adding 16 and 6, which is 22. So I'm netting a 13 point advantage. They're never playing a 13 power card there because that's really a 16 power card. We're fine. The spot's making me nervous, but we're fine. It's literally impossible. I'm just very nervous about it. It's like, wait a minute, is the bot figured out some mechanism to beat me here? Thank you, Mr. Bot, for your cube donation. You gotta be careful, you know? Just gotta check your math. All right, we got the spicy Dracula in hand. Nakia, but no Swarm. Kind of wasted on Dracula, of course. Maybe we could wait till turn 5 to play her, though. Currently no real urgency. This is a good hit on Wolverine, actually. Fine timing for it, yeah. Wolverine, just that freebie 4 power here. Don't have to spend energy, which with this deck you are honestly filling your curve quite a bit, I feel like. So that's kind of nice, I think. Nakia here, yeah, the Dracula buff is wasted. I could wait a turn and play Dracula. Altar of Death is basically impossible for us to win. So we're going to have to try to win the other 2 spots. I mean, clearly a big advantage in Fisk Tower already. Are we going to need the space? Or are we going to need the energy is another question. Because this is going to push me to 6 energy next turn. I don't really have any good curves at 6 energy. So I might just want to take the power in this case. I think we kind of want to play Dracula always anyway. And although 2 power is not super exciting, it could make the difference, right? It's not nothing. All right, let's go Dracula mid to try to contest these broodlings. Thankfully, broodlings aren't quite as scary as they used to be with Surfer nerf. Measly 4 power broodlings have nothing on me. Really surprised, by the way, that broodling didn't go an Altar of Death. That's just a great way to win Altar of Death. Because I can't play to Altar of Death at all. I guess if a Wolverine had gone there, I could have. But otherwise, Altar of Death to me is just completely lost. And yeah, unfortunately, we cannot dump every card here unless I play something into Altar of Death. In fact, let's just let's do that. So next turn we can play Swarm and Chavez. So we'll go to 8 energy next turn, and then the Apocalypse can hit. It's only plus 12, but it's what we've got. All right. Wong makes me very nervous, but we don't have any way to interact, so we'll just have to see what we can do. No M.O.D.O.K hit makes us struggle a little here, I think. I mean, we can definitely play for a tie if they're not going to have anything in Altar of Death since they didn't brood. But, we're at 16 on no, 12 on Apocalypse. No, not 16. No, it's 16 after Dracula. No, we're right. 16. Oh, M.O.D.O.K doubling up here. Wow. Just making for the big APOC. No Dracula, no Collector, no Morbius down beforehand. So really just about scaling that APOC. He's up to 16 on the APOC. So this is probably going to come down to tiebreaker status, right? They could go to 26 here. We go to 7. I mean, it's really just a math game, right? Actually, I want to... No, we don't want to do that. We want to do this. So 16 and 16. We're ahead by 4 right now. They're ahead by 2. I'm adding 12 and 12, but this is a win, right? Always on the APOC. We can't lose, assuming we win the tie. We're just way too ahead, right? Because we're adding maybe just 9 if Swarm gets destroyed, but without the Dracula, right, they don't have a way to add 2 hits of power, and we do. Unless something here is just... Oh, shoot, forgot that turn. Unless something here is really going to surprise me, right? There's just no way, though. This is solved. They only have 1 card, and we have 2 because of Dracula. Yeah, thanks for the 4 cubes. I think that was solved for them as well. I mean, they saw the Dracula. Chavez is very... I mean, they may not have recognized the Chavez, but it's very commonly run.